Today is truly a great day for Super Earth. We have officially won the battle against the automaton menace that is Sony, and we are going to be talking about that today. It is a great day to be a Helldivers fan right now. If you guys are unaware as to what is going on Thursday, May 2nd, they announced this post about the PlayStation Network linking that they were going to be rolling out today as of May 6th. That basically went on to say that if you are somebody playing on Steam, you are going to have to link your PlayStation Network account to your Steam account in order to continue to play Helldivers 2, which was a very big thing and a very big issue for a lot of people. Made a whole video about it the other day. If you want to go check it out, go check it out. But as of that post, the popularity for Helldivers 2 sunk significantly. It went from overwhelmingly positive to overwhelmingly negative pretty much overnight. And ever since then, Sony has been getting backlash after backlash after backlash of people just wanting to refund the game or stopping playing or just stopping overall support, and it has been insane. Well, as of this morning, as of midnight last night, PlayStation posted this. Helldivers fans, we've heard your feedback on the Helldivers 2 account linking update. The May 6th update, which would have required Steam and PlayStation Network account linking for new players and for current players beginning May 30th, will not be moving forward. We're still learning what is best for PC players, and your feedback has been invaluable. Thanks again for your continued support for Helldivers 2, and we'll keep you updated on future plans. So that tells us basically everything we need to know. We successfully defeated them. There's not really much of another way to describe it.
We won.
This is huge. The fact that the community was able to come together and essentially force Sony to reverse their decision to do this account linking is massive. It's insane. And I am very, very happy that the community was able to come together and do something like this. As I said in my video, Helldivers 2 is one of my favorite games that has come out this year, and I love spending so much time playing it. So to see it have this insane drop in popularity was very heartbreaking to me, but also to see that the fans have been able to come together and do something like this has just been absolutely insane, and the community has just been going ridiculous with this. So as you can see, the Steam page has been basically going back and forth between a lot of different things. It's now showing that it is mixed instead of overwhelmingly negative like it was yesterday, and people are basically just going absolutely nuts with this. Major order completed. We dive together or not at all. Yes, I 100% agree. The Helldivers have secured Sony headquarters. Intentional Helldivers. The automatons who took over Sony headquarters have been successfully eliminated. Liberty now governs Super Earth once again. Managed democracy shall now continue to spread throughout the galaxy. All Helldivers who fought in this battle shall be commended of the highest honor. That is true. And democracy has prevailed. Yeah, the people are very, very happy about this because this was probably one of the most scary times that people have had regarding this particular game's position, because it was such a weird thing to implement something like this that essentially killed the game's PR. And now that it's been rescinded, people are incredibly happy. Thank you, Sony, for repealing the linking update. Arrowhead, these negative reviews are not for you. Hoping others switch their reviews soon. Yes, that's kind of something that I wanted to point out was I know Arrowhead wasn't 100% out of the blame on this. I know a couple of their community managers and things like that have done a little bit questionable things, but they have since apologized and backpedaled on those as well. But this was essentially an entirely Sony thing. Arrowhead had very little to do with this. Although they didn't respond as well as they should have, this was still primarily a Sony thing. The community dispensed peace with the ultimate weapon, justice. Insane how we were able to force an international multi-billion-dollar company to its knees and reverse a bad decision. Have some liberty, Sony. That's a good one. That one deserves a like. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how much we're able to come together and work on something like this, despite the fact that this is a multi-billion-dollar, multinational corporation that controls so much about this. So it's absolutely insane. For those we lost him a level on Creek, for those we almost lost because of Sony, but most importantly, for democracy. Yeah, I think that this is fantastic. The fact that the community can come together on this, but then also revel and rejoice that the fact that we have actually been able to bring this back, which is kind of crazy. So ultimately, I think that this is a phenomenal showcase of people being able to come together and support something that they truly care about. And like I said in my initial video, I want this game to succeed immensely. The only real issue that's happening is that people are becoming a little bit more skeptical about this game now because Arrowhead has chosen, obviously, to work with Sony on this project, and they have proven now that they really are not too trustworthy. And I think one of the biggest issues that people have had with this whole ordeal and this whole situation is that the concept behind indie game devs or devs that are smaller than AAA studios is that they are essentially untainted. One of the biggest issues that's happening in the gaming industry today is that a lot of the AAA game studios are really showing that they kind of only care about a profit and nothing else, and they don't necessarily care about the health or well-being about their games. And then Helldivers 2 came out, was a smashing success, being published by a AAA game studio, which is crazy. And a lot of people were kind of getting very excited about that, only for Sony to pull something like this and showcase that, yeah, that kind of greed or corporate manipulation is still kind of there. Because I don't know specifically, I don't know exactly how this works, but a big prevailing rumor that I heard surrounding this whole entire thing was that they were basically doing this just to try to bump up and pad numbers for PlayStation Network users. That way it looked good at the end of the fiscal quarter. I don't know exactly if that's the case. That's just a rumor I heard. I don't know a whole lot about those types of things, but it does kind of make a whole lot of sense, and it does sort of fit in a little bit too perfectly. But ultimately, I'm just happy that this situation has been resolved, and now we can all continue to fight for Super Earth together as one big collective Earth, as the game promotes us to be. Because this game is fantastic. It really doesn't deserve to fall the way that it did, and what happened did not need to happen. It didn't need to be as big of an issue as it was. Sony didn't need to try to essentially kill off their golden goose that they have. They did not need to do any sort of linking. They didn't need to do any sort of system like this, and it would have survived perfectly fine. And now that they have done something like this, yes, I'm sure that the game is still going to be popular, but I think one thing that's going to happen is that a lot of people are still probably not going to come back to the game. Regardless of the fact that they've doubled back, that they've said that they're not going to go through with it, they've apologized, and they've essentially fixed the issue, it has kind of destroyed the trust for a lot of people. I'm still going to play the game, especially now that I don't have to do this, but for a lot of people, they're probably not going to be able to say that, just because Sony has kind of flexed their true colors at this point and shown that they really do have a bit of a control complex when it comes to this particular type of game, and they have shown that they're wanting to stick their paws into essentially anything that they can, and a lot of people have lost trust in that. Even though Arrowhead has been pretty transparent about this whole entire thing, the fact that they chose to work with Sony, which I understand people say like, oh, Arrowhead chose to make a deal with the devil. And to that I say, yes, I'm sure they were aware of how Sony was before they started working with them. But when you're an indie dev company who works on something like the original Helldivers, and you wanted to make something new and better, and then Sony comes to you and gives you a budget that has more money than you have ever seen in your entire life, it's kind of hard to at least ignore that to an extent. I know it's not a full-blown excuse, but I can't say I would do anything different if I was in their particular shoes. So ultimately, I just wanted to express my joy and happiness that Helldivers 2 has essentially recovered from this potential bomb that could have well and truly destroyed the game if they actually decided to go through with this. And I'm very happy and proud of the community that they were able to do something like this. And now this just means that we are going to be able to liberate and spread democracy and justice freely without having to link a PlayStation Network account. But thank you guys for listening to me talk and ramble for a few minutes. I just wanted to say how happy I am that this was able to be resolved and that the community was able to come together on this. And I hope to see all of you down on the planet liberating and spreading democracy for Super Earth, because now that this situation has been fixed, we can all work together to do it no matter where you are or where you come from. But thank you guys for listening. I hope you found this video informative and entertaining. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as it tells me what types of videos you guys want to see. For Super Earth Helldivers, I will see you in the next video.